Whether you're celebrating Oktoberfest or throwing a raging tailgater or backyard barbecue, if you make your own sausage, it's gonna be that much better. So on this episode of From What I Gather, I'm making this classic and delicious German Bratwurst that everyone's gonna love. So let's get started. Traditionally, bratwurst is made out of pork butt and veal, but veal is kind of hard to come by out here, and it's also very expensive. So today, I'm using pork butt and venison. So for my 10-pound batch, I'm using 6.5 pounds of pork butt and 3.5 pounds of venison. Of course, if you want to make this recipe using 100% pork butt, you're gonna do just fine. The first thing I'll do is get my pork butt cut into some grinder-sized chunks, then I'll pop those into the freezer for a little while until they firm up, and that's going to make for a much nicer grind than if I put them in the grinder when they're still soft and thawed like this. While that meat is chilling out in the freezer, I'm gonna make the spice blend, and the first ingredient is the salt. Most sausages are salted between 2 and 3% of the weight of the meat. Today I'm gonna go right in the middle of that at 2.5%. So for 10 pounds of meat at 2.5%, it's roughly 110 grams of salt. And that is equal to about 6.5 tablespoons of salt. In addition to the salt, most bratwurst spice blends include white pepper and nutmeg, but after that, there's a lot of variation by region and then even further by family recipes. They all tend to lean heavily toward, but aren't limited to warm spices, so flavors like marjoram and ginger, allspice, and clove are pretty common. Other flavors like lemon or orange zest, sage, caraway, and coriander are also used in some recipes. So this is where you can play that jazz, get a little creative, and make your own blend and signature flavor. So have fun playing with your sausage. In this batch, I'm going to use 8 teaspoons of white pepper and 2.5 teaspoons of nutmeg. I've also got 5 teaspoons of ground marjoram, 2 teaspoons of ground ginger for a little bite, and 1/2 teaspoon each of ground allspice and ground star anise. And as much as possible, I like to grind my spices fresh in a coffee grinder, so these are all really fragrant and powerful. One of the questions I get a lot in the comments of these sausage making videos is why don't I mix the spices with the meat prior to running it through the grinder? And there are a couple of reasons for this. The first one is that I do like to run as little salt as possible through my grinder because it's corrosive. But more importantly, all those other recipes have been cooked sausages. So when I'm making fresh sausage, I don't need to mix the heck out of it like I would with a cooked or a smoked sausage. And this has to do with protein extraction and the final texture of the sausage. Without getting too deep into it, less mixing is going to give you a looser, almost more tender sausage where you can kind of feel the texture of that grind on your tongue when you're eating it, while a long mix will give you a more tightly bound and kind of uniform sausage like a summer sausage or kielbasa. Well, in this case, this is a fresh sausage, so I am going to go ahead and mix the spices in with this meat before I run it through my grinder, and that way there'll be less mixing on the backside. Got ice cold grinder parts, been chilling out in the freezer for a while. And I'm gonna run this one pass through the 1/8 inch plate. I'm going to be using a binder today, and this is completely optional, but I like to use binders to help with moisture retention and to keep the sausage from getting crumbly. So I'm going to add in 10 egg whites, and you could use the whole egg if you want, but I think my meat blend is going to be fatty enough, so I'll save those egg yolks and maybe make a custard or something for dessert. Now it looks like I got a real good grind on here, so I'm gonna mix in the binder. And I'm also gonna need to add in some liquid to help mix this together, and in this case to add some flavor too. So I'm gonna add in a 1.5 cups of ice cold beer. Something with a nice flavor, but nothing super hoppy. Now I'll just give this enough of a mix to get the egg yolks the egg whites all thoroughly incorporated, and to make sure the spice is nice and evenly distributed. Just don't want to overmix this one. Something you always want to do is get yourself a little silver dollar size patty and fry that thing up and check for seasoning, because after you get this stuff stuffed in those casings, you can't change the flavor, so best to get it right before you stuff your sausage. Let's give that a shot. Oh yeah. That is perfect, right where it is. Man, you really don't even need to put this into a casing. You just cook it like this all day. That is great. Woo! All right, let's stuff some sausage. So I've got my sausage stuffer here, and if you're going to do this very often, I really do recommend getting a dedicated sausage stuffer rather than an attachment for your grinder or for your stand mixer. This thing is just going to make your life a lot easier. I'm also using natural hog casings today, and these come packed in salt. So I've had these soaking in fresh water overnight, and then I just took them over the sink and ran a little bit of water through each one just to kind of check for any kinks and to loosen those up a little bit. And I've got my Bad Dude corn pop here to pop any air bubbles that might get into the sausage while I'm cranking it out. Alright, let's get this started. Just want to kind of make a ball of your sausage mix. Kind of smooth out the edges. Just kind of limiting the amount of air that you put down into here. Then give it a good toss down on the bottom. Pack it in. And repeat. A little water on the horn here to help the casing slide on there, and I keep this surface wet so everything moves around real nice. Slide that baby right on there. Alright, now I'll just hold on to the tip here, pinch that until this casing fills up, then I'll let go. When I let go, I'll move and just kind of loosely hold the casing on the horn here, not really applying any pressure, just keeping it from flying off of there. Ooh, these are some hefty casings. Nice fat sausage. And if you do get a little air bubble in there, just take your corn pop, give it a tap, you're good to go. Ooh, monster sausage. And now I'm going to form this into the links, and I've told you before, this is not my strong suit, but I'm just going to keep practicing this, and someday I'll be good at it. So, basically, you just want to choose how long you want your links, then move up, squeeze it in two spots here, and spin that around 5 or 6 times. Then come up to the next section, squeeze it. And now this one you're going to spin in the opposite direction 5 or 6 times. I always end up forgetting which direction I spun the last one. That's where I really get hung up. So, up again. That last one I spun going towards me, I remember. With this one, I'll spin out away from me. And there we go. Oh boy, I cannot wait to get out and see how this tastes.